Excel Events is a 501c3, a nonprofit that I made I'm founder of Excel Events, that the purpose is to create or provide positive things in the community for people to do, and allowing people to help solve the problems in their community, to be able to feel like it's their own and feel like they have been enabled to help solve some of the problems in their community. So I had two frustrations, and then I found a way to cut the red tape to do it myself. And the story is, under President Obama's presidency, there was a based on population funding to preserve open space in our communities. So for Bristol Township, there was $1 million that went to the township. I realized that we didn't spend the money years later, so I let the township know that there was $1 million that wasn't spent yet to preserve open space. And so then about 3 weeks later, a month later, I see them get a parcel of land about 5 acres in Croydon by the Route 13 train station. There's a little, you go underneath the train tracks, I forget the road. But there's a fenced in park there. Half of that 5 acres was old growth trees. And they went in, clear cut it, put a fence around it, put a paved circle, and planted like 20 trees in the place of 100 or more, and trees. And so there was a bunch of different commas in the funding for preserving the open space. It was like, make a existing park better by giving it amenities and stuff like that, or preserve land. So I thought that we were going to buy land and preserve it. And that frustrated me, that somebody else's definition of a park was to cut all the trees down and keep the animals out and pave it. And so that was frustrating to me. So that was one frustration. And that was like, I guess it's not enough to have the funding for something and to have the initiative for something, but it's literally the interpretation of the initiative and remediation and using the funding clearly to the what you would see as being positive. And so that frustrated me. So I was like, I will get grants in my community, and I will do it right, the way that I would do it. And Excel Events. There was other frustrations there too. There was I would drive by in my local township, and I would watch these whole forests fall down because of these invasive vines. Year after year, I would keep calling. I'd be like, hey, could somebody help with this? This is what's going on. And I didn't realize that I was telling the township about a problem on county land, a different jurisdiction. And it was just like I was handing off a football, a problem, and it was never getting handed off again. The ball was getting dropped, and the problem never got fixed. So that was an additional frustration. So I looked to solve that problem uh, by asking for help in the community and getting grant funding and getting volunteers and getting the education and organizing all the different entities and jurisdictions and coming up with the the uh, the way to remediate the property, procuring all the organizing all the different jurisdictions and players that could help, and getting grant funding to do that, organizing volunteer labor to do that. And one of these projects, the Boy Scouts will come out and they will plant a tree one day, and they planted that tree, and they will never go back. They will never tend it. So the point is to actually have a successful tree planting, a whole area redone. It takes years because these invasives are so bad, and the wildlife eats it. You have tubex, which is deer protection. You have these cages, which are deer protection. And then you have the wildlife trying to eat it, the deer rubbing on the tubex with their new antlers that have fuzz on it, and itches them, and they rub on the tree, and then the bark doesn't regenerate. So that is Excel Events and excelevents.org and the thought of it. But it's to positive things to do in the community. And I'm going to segue into another thing about restorative justice.